So today we see the topics related to non-destructive testing. Why this is important? Because in materials many defects are there, and to check that defects, uh, so different techniques are available, and this non-destructive testing is or different techniques in non-destructive testing are available, and in this today we see about eddy current testing. Consider this is flow of water in this direction, and in the path of this flow, if some obstacle comes there like rock or like stone, so what happens in that water? So in previous condition, before the coming obstacle, the flow is uniform. But when this water gets touches to this rock, the flow gets changes like this. Okay, and then again it flows. So this is called as eddies. This is called as eddies. This swirling of water is called as eddies. Okay. So in your mind, the question comes: what is the relation this example with this eddy current testing? It is closely related. Why? Because when we consider this current in that is, if the current is disturbing, then also some this type of case occurs there. Okay, so it is correlated. In next discussion we will see how it is related to this. Okay, when obstacle comes, then this type of swirling takes place, and this is nothing but eddies. Now consider one example. This is actually the piece of metal. We know that in metal, metal is also act as a conductor. Metal is also act as a conductor. And consider this type of circuit. This is primary conductor. Okay, this wire is connected, this is coil, and when we flow the current through this coil, okay, so this is primary conductor, current is flows through this conductor, and this is secondary conductor, and this is nothing but the component or the sample which we want to test. On this sample we want to test whether defects are present or not. This technique, eddy current testing, this technique is related to find out the defect on surface. So this eddy current testing came under the heading of surface non-destructive testing method, okay, because it is purely related to surface. So on surface, if we want to check the defects, like some cracks are present or some uniformity is disturbed, so this type of defects we are able to find out or detect by using this method. What is the principle? How we check this defect? Now consider defect is not present. Okay, consider defect is not present, then what happens? Consider the current flows through this wire. If current I1 flows through this wire and it flows from this coil, then the magnetic field can generate. Okay, so when the current flows through this primary conductor, then around that, this is nothing but coils. Okay, so if the current flows through this coil, then around that coil magnetic field gets generated. So that magnetic field comes towards this secondary conductor. Okay, and when this magnetic field enters through this conductor, then again here current gets flow on the surface. So this is nothing but induced current. Induced current, we call it as I2 in this case. Okay, so due to this magnetic field, when magnetic field goes through this conductor, then some current gets induced, and that is called as induced current, and this induced current flows on the surface like this. Okay, there should be some pattern. Okay, there should be some pattern for that surface. So in that regular pattern it flows like this. It flows like this. Okay, so this is induced current. Now if any defects are present there, this is case 1, no defect. Case 2, defect on surface. So now if we consider case 2, if some defects are present on that surface like this, some defect is present on this surface, then again if we flow the current through this primary conductor, then Okay, but if some defects present, then pattern is not like this regular pattern. Pattern of induced current gets changes. So near to this defect, the pattern is like this. Okay, and here this induced current flow gets changes. Okay, so after that, what happens? All this induced current again goes towards the coil, and here the changes takes place. And if we add here some detector, okay, this detector detects the changes in induced current, and now this detector, okay, this detector identifies what is the change before the defect and after the defect. Okay, so it takes the information, or it correlates the information with without defect. What is the pattern of flow of induced current, and if defect is present, then what is the flow of induced current. So if we take the difference between these two, then we get we get idea that some defects may be possible on this surface. So in this way we identify that whether the defects are present or not. Okay. Now see here, how this happens. Okay, this is actually depends on Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. We already know this law. I want to revise that law. If any conductor, if we take, if any conductor carries a varying or changing current, like this, if any current carrying varying current, okay, then it will have a change in magnetic field. So here magnetic field also changes. If then magnetic field is also increases. Okay. So magnetic field can induce a current or induce an EMF either in a same conductor or to a second conductor. So due to this change in electric current, then magnetic field also changes, and this magnetic field either generates the current in the same conductor or secondary conductor, like this. In this case, this induced induced magnetic field or generated magnetic field creates again current, or that is also called as induced current, okay, which is close to the first conductor. Okay, so in this way, the magnetic field is that is generated, and due to that, that is induced current gets generated. What is the formula? So here we call it as VL, that is EMF. Okay, so this is also called as induced EMF. So how we get the value of induced EMF? Induced EMF is equal to change in magnetic field. Okay, change in magnetic field where phi is magnetic flux. Phi is magnetic flux. So change in magnetic field with respect to time. Okay, now if we want to find out the induced EMF, okay, then number of coils are also important. So how many coils are there? So this is, okay, one turn means one coil. So first, second, third, like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. In this case, 4 coils are present. Okay, and if we multiply this with n, where n is number of turns of coils, so it is possible to calculate total EMF induced, okay, in this system. So number of coils are also important. So how many coils are present, that is effect on induced EMF generated. Now, the direction, okay, the direction of this induced current or this magnetic field, the direction is again important, and this direction of flow depends on the Lenz's law. Why this direction is important? So, to find out the difference between without defect and with defect, okay, so we want to check how much different value we are getting, and so that this magnetic field flow direction is again important. So how it flows, according to that we are getting the value, and this direction is invented by the scientist, and this law is called as Lenz's law. If we consider this is one conductor, okay, and if current flows through this conductor, then magnetic field is generated like this. Okay, now this current flows through this conductor, and now if this is enter through this second conductor and induced current gets developed in this direction, if induced current is developed in this direction, okay, this magnetic field is related to this primary conductor or first conductor, and this current is now related to this induced current. Okay, now induced current is like this. Okay, and due to this induced current, how to show the magnetic field? Here also some magnetic field is generated. Okay, wherever the current gets flow, around that current some magnetic field again generated, and in which direction to show that magnetic field? This is actually related to this primary magnetic field. Okay, if this primary magnetic field is like in upward direction, then how to show the magnetic field for this secondary current, induced current? So for that purpose, Lenz invented one law, or and that law is called as right hand rule. Okay, he consider your right hand and show your thumb in the same direction of that current flow. Okay, so if we consider this is the direction of current flow, so we take this finger in this same direction, and at that time you curl your fingers. Okay, now this finger shows the direction of magnetic field. Okay, direction of magnetic field which is passing, which is generated by this induced current. Now in this case, if thumb indicates this current flow direction, then this curved fingers denote the direction of magnetic field. In this case, the fingers are from upward to downward direction, and now in this case, the magnetic field due to this induced current is in this direction. So magnetic field due to induced current. Okay, and the formula for this EMF, that is VL, is equal to number of coils into d phi by dt. Same formula we written here, but the direction of this magnetic field is in downward direction, so that the formula gets changed, and now minus sign came here. Okay, so VL is equal to minus of n into d phi by dt. This is the now formula for calculating this EMF. Okay, and this method for finding out the defects is based on this law, Faraday's law and Lenz law. Okay, so this laws also we discuss here. Okay, so basically in this lecture we study about eddy current testing method. This testing method is related to find out the surface defects. How it works, I want to revise again. Current gets flowing through this primary conductor. Okay, these are the coils, and when the current flows through this coil, then magnetic field gets generated, and then this magnetic field comes towards the secondary conductor. In that secondary conductor, when magnetic field enters, due to that some current also gets generated, that induced current gets generated. When induced current flows like this, then due to that flow, again some magnetic field gets generated, and it is passing through this again coil, and detector is located here, and how we find out the value? It compare when the defects is not present on the surface, then we get this type of uniform type of current flow. But if some defects are present, then flow is not uniform, flow is varying. Okay, and due to this variation, the magnetic field generated due to this induced current gets changes, and that value gets registered here towards the detector, and due to this difference we get the exact idea that some defects may present on the surface of this metal part. Okay, in this way the testing is completed. Okay, so here we finish this topic, that is eddy current testing, and okay, we stop here. Thank you, and please subscribe my channel for seeing the next videos.